Welcome back, Geordies. It's Adam from Two for Joy. And before we start and talk about chances of Newcastle getting European football for next season, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's liked, subscribed, commented on all the videos, got involved in the chat. You've managed to push this channel on for me to be able to offer memberships. And I'm currently trying, as a couple of you know, to set up live streams for after the games so we can have a more interactive chat and really get involved as a fan base, as a community. And as a couple of you know, I am struggling with this. So I set up a live stream last night. I thought it was on private. It wasn't on private. I was live. And two loyal fans of the channel jumped in the chat, said hello, and allowed me to realise that people could see me swearing at the software I'm trying to use, trying to figure out what I'm doing. So in true Newcastle fashion, there will be bumps along the road. We will have our good times and our bad times as I try and get used to live streaming on YouTube. But please stick around for the journey. It will be fun. It'll be a laugh. And I hope you all get involved because there's nothing I like more than the fan debate. So if you're new around here, get down there, like, subscribe, join in the chat. I absolutely love it. I love the fan debate. I love hearing people's opinions. Otherwise, let's get on with the talk about European football. And where I want to start is obviously Newcastle's win at the weekend at Stamford Bridge. A lovely 1-0 against Chelsea. I think the second time we'd beat them at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. But realistically, I've got the Premier League table here and it leaves us 9th on 42 points with Everton above us with 43 and Brentford above them with 44 and Chelsea in 6th with 48. Now, with the schedule we've got coming up, we play straight after Barcelona. Time we're derby. Massive game. Really need a win out of this one. More so than ever. Just to stamp that authority back into the Premier League on Sunderland to remind them who is the biggest club in the North East. We follow that up with Crystal Palace away, Bournemouth at home, Arsenal away, Brighton at home, Notts Forest and West Ham. Really tough games, I'll tell you. And then Fulham, our final game of the season, away to Fulham. And I feel like it's a tough one, but we're kind of coming into a remit where we're finally getting a sort of stable performance that we've lacked all season. And if we can get some sort of... to me, it doesn't even matter whether we win or lose in the Barcelona game in the Champions League. I think we've done well to go as far as we've ever been before. It'd be fantastic if we won. But the performance is what matters. It's really key that we have a good performance in this game. And I feel like if we go out, the fact that we're left with 8 games in the Premier League, with players coming back to full fitness, Tino Livramento and Lewis Hall coming back into that back line, Sven Botman starting to get minutes under his belt, and the mainstays making it back to that midfield, having Sandro Tonali, Joel Linton, the option of Jacob Ramsey, who I think's come on leaps and bounds in the last few weeks, or Joe Willock, who's starting to put in good performances, and on the horizon, Bruno to come back into that squad. If we can just sort out this front line, I think we've got a real chance of a push for Europe. And I don't think there's a hope in hell we get Champions League, as some people might suggest still. But there's definitely, I believe, a chance that we could get European football. Now, I hope that's not Conference League. I hope it's a 6th, possibly 7th, depending on how the places fall for Conference League. But I think we can do it. I genuinely think we can do it. And I know the fan base is divided on the Eddie Howe thing. personally, I think it doesn't really matter what we think. I think Eddie will be here till the end of the season regardless. I think we just have to literally hope that the players can put in the performances, and that if he is given the transfer spend come this summer window, that Ross Wilson is the man making the decisions, and hopefully he's got enough courage and conviction to make the right decisions and sign players in the profile and the remit that we want to be looking at to push us on, rather than making big spends, risky transfers like I feel we did this summer, who just haven't kicked on and given us what we'd expect as a return for the money we've spent. I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But realistically, when I look through this summer's transfer window and players that have come in, I actually feel like Malik Chow and Jacob Ramsey have proven their worth for the values that we've spent on them. But I still haven't seen enough from Alanga. Johan Wissa, I feel, is a dreadful signing. I'm not sure we'll ever be able to recoup that transfer fee. So I feel like we have to stick with him and make this work. And Nick Voltemade, he will be hot property across European leagues, especially the likes of Germany. He still will be hot property, but we do not want to sell at a loss. And I feel you have to get him into a run of form where he can show those qualities to recoup the transfer fee if we were to sell him. I know he doesn't fit into the mould of what Eddie Howe would like as a striker. I know we're being linked with Liam Delap from Chelsea, who I don't feel is probably the instant solve. He may be, I feel like he's 2-3 years away from where he really will kick on and become a top Premier League striker if he gets the game time at the right club. And I know Newcastle are looking at a forward from Italy, Esposito. He is a fantastic finisher. He's more in the fit of what Eddie Howe would require as a striker. But we've also had wild outside links to the likes of Nicholas Jackson. Obviously, Samu from Portugal. It'll be a really interesting end to the season. It'll be a really interesting transfer window. And I still feel like we need to replace players in key positions, which we'd probably hoped we would have replaced this summer window. But again, let me know in the comments what you think. I personally think Lewis Hall should be top priority for a bumper contract. I believe Lewis Miley is one of my big bugbears across Premier League football teams, that they don't pay their homegrown players the wages they're worth. And while Max Dowman at Arsenal came on to score his first Premier League goal at 16 years old, he's on £5,000 a week more than Lewis Miley, who I'd say could be a regular. If he's fit, he could be a regular in that starting lineup for Newcastle. I think he's been fantastic this season. And then obviously the big ponder is to whether we keep Tino Livramento this summer. And I really hope they can tie Tino down to a contract and we can keep him fit. But if not, we really need to get a massive chunk of change for Tino Livramento, because I honestly believe he will be England's right back for the next 10 years, as I believe Lewis Hall will be England's left back for the next 10 years. And then, like I say, let me know in the comments what you think around all these topics. I mean, even Aaron Ramsdale. Do you think we should keep Aaron Ramsdale at the end of the season? He seems to be coming into form. He offers us something completely different, playing out with his feet. I feel like it's kind of solidified our backline and taken some of the pressure off our defence. Having that option to be able to play back to the goalkeeper and know it's not just going to be one straight hoof up the field or into row Z as Nick Pope has given us. But like I say, let me know in the comments, like and subscribe. I will keep you posted with all the new things I will be offering on the channel. And the same, please join me after the games for the live chats. I really want to hear people's opinions. There's nothing I like more than getting involved in fan debate. And in a couple of weeks, the Brentford game at home, St James's Park, I will be there. If you see me, come and have a chat. Let's have a beer. Let's talk football. It's what I love to do. It's why I started this channel. So thank you to everybody. Like and subscribe. Get involved in the comments. And hopefully, guys, I'll sort out my shit and be able to get some live streams up soon. Catch you later.